Good morning, viewers. The Idea Factory welcomes you to another platform, another episode of our program. As you always know, we have been coming with interesting programs with various consultants across the country. Today, we are here with Mr. TUHIN MUKHARJEE, founder of iSTRATEGIC Consulting. And today, we are going to discuss another episode of Coach on Campus program. As you already know, Coach on Campus program is a new initiative from the Idea Factory where we are connecting with B schools, with BBA and MBA students, and giving them the finishing school elements, which is complementing their existing curriculum. It is very important for students to be groomed into the level of which corporates want it. And if you know the recent study, there have been various studies which say that business school guys and also technical students pass out of the colleges, they are not employable by organizations. So what are the qualities that organizations look for when they are taking pressures from colleges? So that is one thing that remains a question that is always being answered, and many of the business schools are actually complementing their curriculum with special courses to improve the presentability of students. And Coach on Campus is one program which is a very integrated program and looks at various holistic elements which are kind of gaps found in the students of the final year. This is typically a program for the final year students of BBA and MBA who are actually looking for job or looking for entrepreneurship. And as we have already shared with you before, this is currently built on 4 pillars. And let me share with you a few slides on the whole process, and we can run you through. As you can see, and this is actually a continuation of our previous discussion, our Coach on Campus program is actually built around 4 pillars: thought leadership, transformational leadership, entrepreneurship, and soft skills. And these are the 4 pillars which actually, helps a student to develop himself for the working life on the years ahead. There are about 30, 40 years of working life ahead of him, and it is very important for students also to have a certain amount of expectation correction vis-a-vis the what the job market wants. Also, this is also the time where students are in a very good position to have a certain goal of themselves for the next 30, 40 years, and it is very important to discuss it and also freeze it at this point in time. So while we go through these processes, let us spend some time on the first module, which is called thought leadership, which is actually a kind of a signature program of the Idea Factory. We have been talking about the concept of thought leadership in various occasions, either through presentations or through our write-ups or through our programs. Thought leadership is one consistent term that we are using for the development of the world around us. And what is it? It's actually the thought process, which is a futuristic thinking, which helps you to generate ideas and convert these ideas into reality. As we all know, it may take 5 years for certain ideas to get implemented, or maybe 10 years for certain ideas. But if you have wonderful ideas, and if you can even implement 5% of your wonderful ideas, that itself is a great element of growth in your personal life and also helps the world around you. So thought leadership is one concept that we are building across various platforms that we are working with. It is currently built around 3 pillars. As we have already said, like the Idea Factory is one of the pillars around which thought leadership is built. There is also another pillar that we are working on, which is our Education and Tutoring Institute, which is called the Learning Hall. And also we are building it across the writing concept. So we write articles, we write books, and various through writings. Also, we propagate thought leadership. So, thought leadership as a concept is being propagated from our platform through the Idea Factory, through the Learning Hall, as well as through business writing. It also, as you can understand, since we are talking of futuristic thinking, since we are talking of futuristic ideas, it also builds the platform of limitless growth. Here we are, in India, the biggest problem is we are talking of growth. We believe that thought leadership is one concept which will actually enable India to grow boundlessly, because if you are coming with new and new ideas, more and more products will be formed, more and more services will be formed, and your customers will gain. And if you are perennially building a platform of exchange of ideas across people, across organizations, it essentially builds a foundation of limitless growth. For that purpose only, we are also coming out with a signature program very soon, maybe perhaps by this year, where we are actually building the building block of thought leadership, even in the corporates. So while we are talking to students on thought leadership, we are parallelly working on this concept with the corporates also. And as we all know, we hope this has the potential of being a movement over a period of time, just like your Facebook is a movement or your LinkedIn is a movement, because it's a technology which enables links people across the world. Similarly, we believe thought leadership has the power to link people across the world. So it's a very important tool, and we have a wonderful module ready for students for BBA and MBA. After the first module, we go to the next module, which is uh, transformation leadership. And I would request Mr. TUHIN MUKHARJEE to give a little bit of understanding of what transformation leadership is.
Thanks, Mr. Majumdar. See, transformational leadership is very important for all the students to understand, and even for the organization or the B schools, they need to understand. Because when a student joins any organization, they might not have the prior experience, or they might have start their career just like that. But as a employee, when they join any organization, after that their progression not only depends on their career path, but also some kind of the leadership quality. That is very important, because if anyone wants to grow in the organization, they need to show or demonstrate some kind of the leadership capacity or skills. That is transformational leadership, because nobody actually comes with the prior that kind of the leadership quality skills, and they demonstrate in the organization. So they need to transform. That is the very important concept that we need to understand. And most of the organization, what happens, actually they pick out the employee who can actually demonstrate the best skill in leadership. But that is not actually the solution of the problem. That is why we are not getting the leaders, basically. So there has to be a kind of the program that will nurture means the students or the new employee to become future leader. That is called transformational leadership. It is not to pick out the best one, but it is to make the people in a best capacity. That is called the transformational leadership, and that is what we want to do. And transforming in a leader, it is not only a theoretical, it's a very much practical, and there has to be a structured program in the organization, and students need to understand. Now, before stepping into any organization, students should have an idea, some amount of idea, what should be what kind of the characteristics, or what kind of the traits are required to become a leader, and how they can transform themselves. Because transformation is not an easy process. It takes time, and it also has got some amount of the pain attached to it. So students needs to understand it if they want to progress in their career. Now here there is a model that we say the caterpillar to means butterfly leadership model, means how to convert the convert or nurture these new joinees or the students into a future leader. That's a very much structured program that we propagate through our our program signature program, that is called caterpillar to butterfly leadership model, that we will be dealing in detail when we actually get into the campus. Yes, Mr. Majumdar, you can take the next slide.
Right. We come back to the third module, and this is a very exciting module at this phase in time, because everybody is talking about entrepreneurship at this point in time. While jobs are also, we are also at the same time, we are also trying to say that jobs are very important for the country. But there's a large section of the students also who are looking at entrepreneurship as an option to grow their own business rather than work in any organization. Because we have seen at many places, like including us also, over a period of time, people see there is more power in entrepreneurship. The impact that you can create through entrepreneurship, creating jobs in the market, satisfying customers, the entire loop of improving the wellness of people, comes to entrepreneurship, whereas jobs have their own limitless, it has a security, but at the same time, it also has a limited capability to impact people. So that way, entrepreneurship is a very interesting or very current thought process that is going on in the country, and each of these schools are currently becoming a hotbed of entrepreneurship because students are at the right frame of mind. At this point, they are starting young, they are already equipped with the technology as well as the management knowledge required for starting a business, and also they have their guidance of the B school to start something on their own. So put all together, I think B schools are essentially becoming a hotbed with more and more support system coming to support these youngsters, because if they start young, they get 30 years of building a big organization, and they are very enthusiastic, they have a lot of ideas, they only need a certain bit of guidance and support, and to handhold them till it goes out, reaches a certain level. There's a lot of stages of entrepreneurship, as we all know. It starts from a basic idea, then it goes to the next level, incubation. So that's the entire incubation process with till you reaches the first or the second level of funding. Your organization is actually not flying off, but once you get this, perhaps the second tranche of funding, your organization is actually flying. So that way, that bit of hand holding to that individual for a couple of years is actually what organizational institutes are doing, and they are also gaining a lot of knowledge in the whole entrepreneurial journey, which remains within the college and also passed on to the next batch of students. So in the whole process, it's a win-win proposition on both sides. Also, we have to remember today, while entrepreneurship also means a certain amount of technology, because here we are talking of scalability, there's a lot of artificial intelligence, robotics, design thinking, so many, then you also have virtual reality, augmented reality, so many technology terms that are coming there, and majority of the startups that are there, which are scalable and, online model, reaching out to the customer at any point in time. This is the entire 24/7 model is only possible through technology with a limited kind of manpower. So technology is very central to the growth of entrepreneurship. But in the idea factory, we are not only limiting ourselves to technology, we are also giving a free flow of various kind of ideas which are new to the current generation. Because if you have more ideas, then only we'll support, we'll try to convert it, develop it. But let us keep it open, and we'll see that various ideas, like if you do something on the development of the city, you can do something on the development of transport, you do something development of the healthcare, of education, or the centralized planning of the railways, airports. So many areas are there, and if certain new idea can actually change the whole process, that is what India is looking for. And various ideas put together gives India a huge advantage over other countries to take it ahead. Also, we have to look at, because we are talking of entrepreneurship, we are also talking of a successful business model. Successful business model means the whole closed looping up to the revenue level, and starting from the idea to reach the customer, ultimately you come back to the revenue level. And once you complete the loop, it becomes a complete successful business model at a scalable level. Of course, if you do it in small, it is not a very big model, but if you scale it up in certain ways, so it also requires certain amount of investment, it also requires certain amount of board member or a committee of people to work at the top level. There have to be people in the setup, either in the full time or in the part time basis. So it's a huge process, and it even the people, middle-aged people who are like us, who are starting, we are also seeing there's so much of challenges in building a successful business model. So perhaps this is also, we are also able to give, we would also like to give a certain amount of guidance or knowledge to take it to the next successful business model. And as we already told about funding, because that also is very important. Once you take it, to make it scalable, you need a certain amount of funding. Funding also means there will be stakeholders in your business who will take a certain amount of stake, or you have to return the money after a certain period of time. Various models of funding are available, but this whole process is very exciting, and Idea Factory has a great module to support it. Of course, we are supported by a team of people who is going to support in the whole process, but this is a very exciting method of growth of entrepreneurship that we are seeing, and we believe this will also create a lot of jobs in the market. With that, I think let's go to the next module. Mr. TUHIN Mukherjee, if you can just throw light on the next module.
Yes, soft skill. This is very important. This is a very important topic to deal with because I think that in today's scenario, if you're not having the best soft skill, if you're not trained in the soft skill, probably you cannot excel in your professional life. You need to have this kind of the soft skill in your character. That should be inbuilt in your character during this kind of the when you're actually going any kind of the program in the campus. So it is very important because I have seen in my career the people who were having the best kind of the education or the experience, they actually could not rise. They could not grow in the organization because they are lacking the soft skill. Soft skill doesn't mean that it is only the communication. It is also the your building attitude and building some kind of the your means character, because that is very important. What we said that 80% actually your psychology and 20% is mechanics, because 80% psychology means that how actually you demonstrate, how you demonstrate your capability, skills, and how you deal with the other people. That is very important, and that is how people grow in the organization. Merely having the education from the best institute or having the best kind of the skill, it is not like that they can actually they excel in their career. So that is why it is very important that they should have a means best kind of the soft skill, and that should be a criteria for them. Because all the leaders, if you see across the world, they are the best orator because they have the best power to convey the idea. So that is why they become the leader, and that is how they control the whole organization. And same kind of thing, it is not only the communication but also some kind of the traits that need to be built. And there is a kind of the model that we say that ASK model means your skill, knowledge, and attitude, because it has to be in a proper kind of the combination. Your skill and knowledge that you can get from any institute or any kind of the through your curriculum, but attitude, you have to build it. And if you're not building your attitude and you are not putting in a proper proposition after having that knowledge and skill also, you might not able to excel. So that is a very it's a kind of the phenomenon that I have experienced, and it is also a kind of the thing that is happening across the industries. So soft skill is very, very important in your career progression. All the students need to understand the importance of the soft skill. It is not merely the basic communication skill, but also some kind of the characteristics and the trait that need to build in their character. And that is very important. It takes time. It is not an overnight job, and it takes time. They need to rigorously practice it, and after practicing only they can actually inculcate this kind of the skills in their inculcate this kind of the traits in their character. And we have structured module on that. We have structured module means that we actually can we actually train the students based on the NLP, neuro linguistic programming, law of attraction, positive psychology, even the spirituality. Many concepts are drawn from our ancient spirituality. So this is the kind of the thing that we deliver, and it's a very valuable for the students to understand and also imbibe this kind of the qualities in their character. So this is a soft skill module that we actually will be discussing in detail when we get into the campus. Yes, Mr. Majumdar.
Right. Okay, we go to the next phase of discussion. Today we have a very interesting guest with us, Mr. Supratim Datta. Mr. Supratim Datta is actually he's an MBA from IIFT Delhi, and he has a 16 years of experience of national and international experience, basically in the packaging industry, and has excelled in business development and consulting services. Also, today he has a startup which is called retrovils.com, and we will hear from him about retrovils, about himself a bit more, about his association with the Idea Factory, and after that, what a little bit of his experience as a founder of retrovils.com. Okay, over to you, Mr. Supratim.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Am I audible and
Yes,
visible or just?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is, see, like retro wheels, I would today I would give more emphasis on retrowheels, how I have started it and why I wanted to start it. As you have already covered that I did my MBA and have a like packaging. Mostly I work with the packaging line of business. Though I have some exposure in the automobile industry, also in the direct retail industry also. But I spent last almost 12 to 14 years of my career in packaging. So my whole objective of getting associated with Idea Factory is I am looking out for fresh talents who are like based in campus and who are now who can like kind of correlate themselves with me, like they can because I myself had some issues like with my confidence, with my like things like how I want to carry my life forward. I had few doubts about my career options. So I would like to meet those people and would like to work with them also, and even people who are willing to suppose a person who are into their engineering field and they wanted to want something creative out of it. I think I will be a right person to handhold them and show them the way how they can convert and bring out their creative aspects with the commercial aspects too. Because usually what we how we relate creativity is like creativity doesn't have money, creativity doesn't come with uh, power. And I can since I have traveled like almost 10 countries, I have met people across, and during my whole traveling experience what I gained was like people you have to have believe in yourself and you can do anything. And what Mr. Tuhin said about the soft skills, I agree like with that. But there are like few points which I believed in my thing. Like when I went, suppose for example, when I went to Delhi, like people in Delhi they speak, particularly South Delhi, they speak very good English. And when I was coming from Kolkata, I had the like complex, like they are speaking so nice English, how I can compete, or even how I can interact with them. But see, I took it in a reverse direction. I like since Kolkata people they do have a regional accent, so I took it in a reverse direction. Like, let me be confident and let me try to be like how much interactive and how much animative and what are my key USPs when I am communicating with people. So I focused on those aspects and built up on that. I think confidence is the main thing nowadays. People who are in campus, they should think like, okay, we if we can see this guy doing like traveling and like doing international business, they can also tell to themselves, okay, we can also achieve this kind of growth and maybe much more if this guy can do it. So my whole perspective of joining Idea Factory is more to particularly people of Kolkata. Like, see, I have got very good relationships in Bangladesh. Like people from Bangladesh, they know me last like almost 15 years. So I have got very personal relationships with them. When I see their confidence and when I see people of Kolkata uh, here, see a drastic difference. But by blood, we almost same. Like we belong to same kind of demography, and we have same food habits. So, like this Idea Factory can be the ideal platform where we can introduce those entrepreneurs from Bangladesh, and maybe like they can contribute to the campuses. What made them like drive towards like business? How they derive business? What is profitability for them? See, MBA colleges, they show you just one direction of like, particularly if you are studying and if you are into books, they will show you one direction of revenue earning. And that is particularly Western based because writers who are covering up the MBA books, they are like most of the famous writers, if you see, like Kotler and whoever you see, like they are all Western based concepts. So Idea Factory can be one of the key handholders in this aspect, like people from India, particularly in Kolkata, how they can use their natural resources, what are the ways they can grow their own business. In coming days, as Retrovils, we have got plans like we will be hiring more interns, like who are into designing, who want to do international trade, who are into social marketing. So we will be working more with them also. The internships programs we can organize through Idea Factory, and in long term we are looking forward for a good association with Idea Factory, and also to push the youth of Kolkata towards more success and more. eh, I would really love to see people from Kolkata staying in Kolkata, earning in Kolkata, and just making Kolkata as a stronger economical place, which we can do by putting up some models of like Bangladesh, maybe UAE, maybe like countries who came up from nowhere. Like if you see Dubai, like Dubai, like when I was in Dubai, like it was in a growing phase, but prior to that, Dubai was nothing. Like Dubai don't have any oil money. Dubai don't have any gold mines, but they have put their whole unit in such a planned and in a structured and in such a strategical way. They back calculated what are the way outs they can earn money actually. So that is what I would like to do. I don't know.
Right. Thank you for the brief introduction. But as you rightly said, there are methodologies. We need to give a great pump to Kolkata and its Kolkata's youth to build up an economic model in and around Kolkata, so that we also stand up among the other states. So basically, that's a very good point where Kolkata comes at the forefront of the economic cycle, and we take a lot of first forward initiatives, so we can be the first timers in the world or within India to start something new and then propagate it outside in the other states. The other states have actually been going through a lot of growth over the last few decades, but Kolkata needs a lot of support. And as you rightly said, we could be that real support to improve the economic condition of
Yeah,
Kolkata.
to add on with another like insight, like see, like when Britishers came, they wanted Kolkata to be capital because not only because strategically Kolkata had huge resources, like jute was there was cotton was there. They thought like this is a paradise, like for business. So we should not forget like why we should ask ourselves like why Britishers wanted to make Kolkata the capital, why not Delhi or maybe Mumbai. Mumbai could have been a much better place if you talk about logistical shipping. Mumbai is a much more better, uh, like you can commute from Mumbai to anywhere in the world in a shorter distance. But they thought of Kolkata because one of the primary reason was Kolkata is rich of natural resources. If you want to make a good resort, you have oceans. If you want to go for a hill resort, you can go and make in Darjeeling. So what you want from a place, everything is available in Kolkata. So I think it's high time campuses also they should also all these upcoming MBA colleges they should think about all these grounds, and also circular economy is needed. Like they should be teaching the upcoming generations about like circular economy, and they should build something which can be good for our like own place. Like people in Bengalis, they are 90% people are they are planning to go and settle in abroad. Going abroad and taking the exposure is fine, but when you want to do something for your own place, uh, after gaining experience, you can jolly well come here and you can just explore the opportunities what we can. But we are not after those people. I believe like the younger generation should be at least be aware, and they should be taught like why Kolkata can be a very good place when it comes to improving on economical part. The economical aspect of Kolkata can be very strong. What we see in
Kolkata and
today's.
West Bengal. I think that's also
Well, yeah,
important
Kolkata
because
and West Bengal,
yeah,
particularly, right?
because the
Right.
whole state,
All
there's
over
a
the
lot of
yeah.
opportunities for growth. And while those growths have happened, maybe the new stuff can grow from here and then go forward to the rest of the country. I think that's a very good
True.
takeaway from the discussion that you have brought in together. Mr. Tuhin, you want to add something because we are almost at the
No,
end.
not like that. Just I want to draw the means conclusion that whatever we discussed today, Definitely, it is going to be very beneficial for the students, and we'll have a structured module of each topic that we are talking about. And when we get into the campus, definitely will add much more value to the life of the students and also to the institutes. So, from means Idea Factory and also from Mr. Supratim, I would like to thank all our means friends and all our means the people who are watching it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.